The following video is brought to you by the EA Creator Network.
Atomica, Striker, and Transporter here today as we head back to Lakeshore City to take a look at another legendary customs car in the Mazda RX-7 Spirit R. And if I can be really frank, you guys, it looks really out there. I mean, it's cool that none of these exclusive designs are pay to win. But at the same time, you do have to pay for exclusive kits like this for a car that's already one of the best drift cars in the game, let alone the world. The thing is though, are all of the exclusive bits, the car with the custom kit with exclusive vanities, horn, neon, sound tags, clothing, etc., worth $15?
Wait. $15 for all of this? Are they serious?
It does seem like a lot for a DLC pack filled with loads of vanities, right? I mean, it's not really like you need them for an RX-7. But if you ever wanted it to look cooler than the standard kits already available for that car, as well as have all the mecha anime related vanities, then go crazy, I guess.
Well, if anything, this does give us a chance to test the RX-7 for the game as a race car rather than just a drift car, which I don't know if you know this, but you've been drifting the RX-7 in almost every single new NFS game that's come out since the 2015 reboot.
Is that a problem? It's a really good drift car.
Hey, I'm not knocking you, man. I think it's good as well. It's just that maybe we do some racing in it for a change?
Yeah, you're right. Let's put some racing tires on the RX-7 and see how it does. I don't think it will do well in S-Class since, even in this game, it's tuned for grip rather than drift. And that twin-turbo rotary might not be potent enough to race with as a whole, but with a RB26 swap and some finagling, maybe we can make this car work in A-Class.
Wait, A-Class? We can't go higher?
On 40% grip. Are you kidding me? You need at least 80% grip to be competitive in S-Class. 60% at S or S Plus is cutting it, to be honest.
Well, let's see how well the RX-7 does in A-Class, and then we'll judge. Some nice runs there. What's your final take? Is the RX-7 Spirit R a good choice for A-Class?
It's decent, but it's not meta. You're better off driving cars like the Acura RSX or the Lotus XE-Jess. Even with the engine swap and added power, it simply isn't quick enough to race against those cars in A-Class. The RX-7 is best left as a drift car, and it performs its best as a drift machine in S+ class drift events, which is common on single player. But as for multiplayer drift playlists, you might be stumped. For the record, I have drifted this car in S-Class drift playlists, and surprisingly, it's not the best. I found it much easier to drift in S-Class events in a Crown Victoria and an NSX-R. The RX-7, strange as it sounds, doesn't get enough angle when trying to drift.
I feel as if these are just giant nerfs to the RX-7, right? I mean, we came from the last couple of NFS games where that car literally was the best drift car in the game. Like, bar none. Maybe the Corvette and the Huracan would match it, but the RX-7 was literally the best. And here we are, and the car is a bit of a pushover. Wasn't it in NFS Heat where you had to kind of finagle with your setup so that it could drift better than most cars?
Yeah, I recall watching a drift video of you in the RX-7 in NFS Heat, and you put on, let's see, drag tires?
Yeah, drag tyres help the car steady its drift and drift further in that game, rather than it producing big angle and gaining its grip back rather quickly. This game does not have any drag racing, therefore no drag tyres. Plus, they keep doing weird things to the physics. So drifting is still something that's complicated to set up. Not like in other racing games where making a simple drift build is about as easy as making a grippy track build.
It really begs the question of if we'll ever return to, like, the physics of older games like Hot Pursuit 2, Most Wanted, The Run, etc. I know it's probably my fault that we've got lots of Break 2 drift and Need for Speed now, but just imagine. Like, wouldn't it be a breath of fresh air if we got similar physics as those games back, but even more refined?
That seems more like a dream than reality. Honestly, Break 2 drift is sort of here to stay. I'm pleased that they made it so cars can grip more, but in terms of making a game with physics like we saw in older NFS games and other Simcade gems like Blur, Drive Club, Forza Horizon, etc., I'm not entirely certain that they'll resort to that in future games, unless we really push them to do so.
Honestly, even if we pushed, I don't think this physics style of driving will ever change. I mean, they've tweaked it so much that now we can grip, but it's still based on the Break 2 drift platform. That's not going away.
All in all, the RX-7 is an okay car for A-Class, but you're better off in cars that are proven speedsters in that class already. That being the XE-Jess, the RSX, and maybe an M330 or two.
Well, there you have it, everyone. If you're still thinking about buying that custom kit for $15 for the RX-7, honestly, it's entirely up to you if you want a famed drift machine to look like a mecha anime-themed rocket ship for the road. That can drift. But as far as race cars go, you're better off in a BMW, an Acura, or a Lotus. And as far as drift cars go, you're better off in an old police car, a Lamborghini, a mid-engined Honda, or even a Corvette. We'll have some more NFS Unbound car showcases in the future, but if you liked what you saw today, then you know what to do. Leave a like on the video and subscribe to us to see more of the action on here. On behalf of my colleagues, Stryker and Transporter, this is Atomica, signing off for the day on Transporter FM. We'll see you next time.